Hi, I'm Roger Montgomery from Montgomery Investment Management, and welcome to this, my Christmas message for 2018. Well, this year has certainly been a tough one for those who express a faith in the very reason for Christmas. 2018 has witnessed an acceleration in the politicisation of tolerance and individual rights, while those who have expressed faith in Jesus, who himself urged his followers to love one's neighbour, have been branded intolerant. We all want a tolerant society, and particularly the absence of violence. But in today's crusade to liberate diversity, identity, individual lifestyle choices and self-expression and enshrine it all in law, we should pause to consider the second and third order consequences. One immediate consequence has been intolerance of the traditional values that once permitted respect and reverence for both God and Caesar, and that have seen the Western secular democratic state flourish. At threat is the traditional idea of the family and the institution of patriarchy itself. A recent example is the movement to replace Father Christmas with Person Christmas. As Paul Kelly noted in The Australian, for a millennia the laws of the state and the laws of the church coexisted in an often fruitful settlement that facilitated a successful society. Another problem with progressive morality is that it's never, ever satisfied. Think back to the relatively recent debate over same-sex unions. One thing that both sides of the debate could agree on was that the debate was about the union of two people. But what if three individuals want to marry? It might seem a step too far in Australia today, but legal unions between three men have already occurred in Colombia and Thailand. Will we also accept the removal of references to mother or father from our laws? Are we happy to outlaw the teaching of the Christian view of marriage? Will we one day be willing to see members of the clergy who defy the state imprisoned? And if we are willing to do that, how in this respect is Australia different to Saudi Arabia or Iran? A further emerging problem is that those that seek to promote diversity experience very little. In our universities, a majority label themselves liberal and left-wing. In one extensive survey of the members of the US academic body of social psychologists conducted by William von Hippel and David Buss, it was revealed that 89% identified as left of centre. If such biases exist across all university faculties, shouldn't we call into question the integrity of academic research? Aren't our youngest students being exposed, or are our youngest students being exposed to insufficient political diversity? These are the people who will shape the culture of our future. Now, speaking of culture, the Christian apologist Ravi Zacharias, he suggests we should stop and ask ourselves, what kind of a culture do we want our children to live in? There are three to choose from. The first is a theonomous society, one where the law of God is so embedded in our hearts that we all defer to God's law, once called the natural law. The second culture is a heteronomous one where the framework is dictated by the leadership. Marxism, socialism and Islam are examples. Iran or Saudi Arabia, where the broader population is told what to eat, what to wear and who they can be seen with, are examples of heteronomous cultures. But if we reject both of these, we're left with the third culture, which is an autonomous one. Autos meaning self and nomos meaning law. Each person dictates their own moral compass. Now, the problem with this third and currently esteemed culture is that when two people disagree, one tends to switch to the heteronomous mode and impose their principles on the other. So if it's allowed to progress unchecked, a progressive morality or an autonomous culture will in fact lead to more conflict, not less. The antidote, I believe, is Christmas itself. At Christmas, we're reminded of the birth of Jesus. People like me, who believe that Jesus is the Son of God, believe he came to demonstrate precisely how to live, and he gave us the most sacred gift, that is, the gift of choice. But while he gave us free will, we didn't receive the ability to determine the outcome of the choices we make. Those are set in stone. In an increasingly confused and misguided world, the consistent message of Christmas is a powerful roadmap for society and the journey of life. From me and all of our team here at Montgomery Investment Management, I wish you a very Merry Christmas.